All right, I got glasses. Go ahead, come on, let me hear it. The only insult I know is 4 eyes, and there's gotta be way better ones than that, so let me know in the comments.
But I cannot see, I'm legally blind.
I got glasses. And with the glasses, it fixed my astigmatism, so now I can attempt to use red dots. The last time I used one of these is when I went and shot with my good buddy PewView, and he was showing me how to shoot fast. He has a lot of like race type guns, which I will hear soon. We're gonna get into a lot more of that. I'm training up, I'm gonna go shoot some USPSA competitions. That's gonna be coming on the channel and my journey to get there. We have a lot of cool stuff with a lot of cool people cooked up for that. But I don't wanna talk about shooting fast. I will leave that to PewView. I wanna talk about accuracy. So you're probably asking yourself why the hell I would be holding a Glock if I wanna talk about accuracy. And it's because I don't wanna talk about the accuracy of the Glock. I wanna talk about the accuracy of these machines and how they correlate to the firearm industry being able to withhold the accuracy that it does. I am not an accurate shooter, all right? I'm not claiming that. You're gonna see that on this channel very soon when I start this shooting series. I suck. But how? Everything on this dial indicator, this dial indicator, this dial indicator, the digital one, this other one that you can move and attach it to wherever you want, and you can measure whichever dimension you want. They are all tuned to measure 1/1000th of an inch. A sheet of paper is 4/1000ths of an inch. This CNC machine, it's not even a good one. I hate this thing. But it can move the gantry in the X, in the Y, and the spindle, the Z, 1/1000th of an inch or less at a time, all at the same time, while calculating how many steps it's done just through how stepper motors work. I don't really want to explain all of that. I have another CNC just off camera here. It can do all of that, and it has a 4th axis that can do it 1/1000th of an inch at a time in a rotational axis, like if you were working on your barrel or a suppressor or something like that. So you can go all the way around it. So exactly how is it that I can't be accurate? Well, that's just because I suck. But I do want to talk about the human-machine interface and how a human can actually ruin all of this accuracy. And I did it quite successfully. I'm probably gonna have to move the camera, but this red dot is not centered on this pistol. It's off. I forget how much it's off. I'll have to use calipers, which is another extremely accurate measuring device that you can just whip out and measure anything, but they're in my office and it's cold outside, and I'm a wimp. So this isn't centered. Glock did their part in being accurate. The person that made this slide blank did their part in being accurate. And then when I got this machine, I got new jigs and I was learning how to use the jigs and I messed it up. But I was looking at it, even these red dots, up, down, left and right adjustment. So do they leave these adjustments on there for the human interface into the accuracy? Because maybe somebody holds their pistol like this or like this. Hopefully they don't hold it like this. But obviously, optic manufacturers understand that there still needs to be some sort of customization or optimization once it reaches the end user, which is the customer that has purchased the optic. They know everyone else is held to different standards and they're going to machine it, and their optic manufacturers did all of this, and they still give you adjustment knobs. So here's what I want to know. I did another cut. This one came out correct. So it's the same footprint, it can house the same optic, except this one came out correct. This one is dead center on this slide. So here's the plan. I'm gonna get on Brownells, because I have an affiliate code with them that I'll put in the description below if you wanna use my discount code. Help me, help you, everybody wins. I'm going to get a Glock upper kit for this. We're gonna build out this slide, and then we're gonna take the same optic off of the incorrect slide onto the correct slide, and we're gonna go zero it. So we're gonna prove that the optic is accurate and can shoot just fine. And then we're gonna take it off of the correct slide and put it back on the incorrect slide. And then we're gonna take it out, and I'm not gonna touch anything, and we're gonna go shoot it. And if I'm thinking of this correctly, if the optic is off cut to my right, so this way. So my train of thought is if it's zeroed to be centered and then you move it over here, I'm gonna have to aim left to get it to come to the center of the target. So I should go out and shoot left, and hopefully consistently. And then I'm gonna use the adjustment knob. It's in almost every optic. and I'm just gonna move it to the left, and then we're gonna try to zero it. And so the whole point of this is how accurate do we need to be? Very. Don't ever accept, like this is going in the trash. This would never go to a customer. Well, I don't sell to customers, but no one should ever let anything like this leave their shop, like at all. But since it happened, I was like, hey, let's learn from it. Can you still fix it? And I think it would speak to the accuracy of these adjustments as well. Because if I can mismanufacture this entire slide and completely botch everyone that put all their hard effort into making all of this extremely accurate and all of this extremely accurate and computers and everything else, and I still came through and messed it up, but then the optic company said, don't worry, we've got you covered. So, let's go see. All right, nothing too crazy going on here. Just this stuff hasn't been cleaned in, I couldn't tell you how long. So, just a simple solution. It's heated to 50 degrees Celsius, so fake units. And we'll just let that go for 5 minutes. Not even sure you're supposed to do this, but. 5 minutes later, you have nasty water, clean parts, hopefully. Okay, now we have both of our slide parts. I'm gonna go ahead and move it over here to the good one. Don't forget your inner sleeve in there. I didn't take it out of this one. I had an extra one, so I put it there. Brand new slides, so we're gonna throw some bear blood on them just because they're super dry. And then I'll get everything assembled and torqued down with the sight on it, and then I will meet you outside. All right, just like that, we have an optic all torqued down. It's lubed up. That was a brand new slide, so that thing was so dry, Ben Shapiro would have been really fucking confused. So yeah, none of my targets or anything show up until Saturday, holiday delivery schedules and whatnot. So I'm just gonna go throw something up so that we can zero this thing. We'll shoot with it for a little bit, and then I'll do the same thing. I'll swap all that over to the other one like we've already talked about. So see you out there. All right, it's cold, shitty, and I don't even really feel like doing this, so hopefully this won't take too long. I almost did that without ears. Oh my God. Okay, now that I had hearing protection on, holy shit. Okay. Okay, that hit the same smiley every time, so that's not bad. Yeah. I can't really see a whole lot to adjust anything. Okay, I think it might be shooting high, if anything. So I think that's the way I want to go with that. Might have gone the wrong way. Yep. I can see some paint come off on that one. Yeah. So that's back however many I went and then what I wanted again. Okay. Those seem to be going over it now. Ouch, fucker. Bitch. Okay, well, I can hit those smileys. I'll show you the super duper fancy hardcore setup I had. I just had those smileys kind of all over, and on those last few, I was aiming at here, and I think I was pulling them right there, and I see I also hit it right there. So I'm gonna get more smiley stickers, reload these mags, let my hands get unfrozen, come back out, confirm that I'm actually hitting the smileys, and then we can swap everything over. Okay, so in case it didn't come through somehow, This is all I'm shooting at. I just put up my stickers in various places, and so like I shoot at this one, and if I hit that one, like obviously we're doing something wrong. That's all it is, nothing crazy. Oh, now that my hands are frozen, okay, let's get this done so I can warm my hands up. All right, I was hitting all the smileys I was aiming at. I've got one more mag, but my hands are frozen. So let's move the optic over, put new smileys on, and redo this, and then hopefully we're shooting left. All right, we got it switched over. This is the off-centered one. So everything's moved over. I've got 2 mags again. I stayed out there and suffered before, so that way I can walk out and go right to shooting with not frozen hands. So I'm gonna get my gear back on. Same thing, the smileys are just on there. I'm gonna go shoot and see if I hit the right smileys. Ugh. Might have overloaded that one a little bit. Yeah, shooting left. All right, so if I aim at this guy, seems to be high and left. Okay, so that would mean if I take this, let's see if we take it to the right. To the right, to the right, to the right. Now kick what, now walk it by yourself. Okay, that's too far to the right. I went 10 clicks, which is quite a drastic move. So let's see what we get. I can't quite tell. Yeah, I got that one right there. Yeah! It actually worked. Oh, I wanted one more. All right, I'm gonna go load 2 more mags because that's what we did on the last one. All right, I threw some more stickers up there. I think we're gonna be good here. All right, come on, baby. Yeah, baby! That was the smiley we were going for. It freaking works. As I go and whiff 4 in a row. Yeah! Uh-oh. She's freezing up, Scotty! Jeez. Ugh. I think things are kind of breaking down on me, but hey, that means it works. Oh man. All right, I will see you guys inside to talk about this. I am freezing. All right, folks. There it was, taking an error in machining and bringing it back on. I was able to hit the smileys. Granted, I mean, this isn't, we're not doing real target practice out here. You know, they're rather large, I guess you could say. I mean, that's it compared to a red dot. But I was able to, on a correctly mounted RMR, I was able to hit the smiley that I wanted. And then when we went to the offset, I was hitting a smiley to the left, which we were actually right when we were trying to think about it. I was able to use the knobs to overcorrect actually, and I was actually shooting too far to the right, and then I was able to bring it back and start hitting the smileys that I wanted again. So that does not mean that you should just be all willy-nilly when you're, working on your firearms and doing various things, but it goes to show why it is important that everyone pays attention every step along the way, from the machining process of the slides and the frames to the RMR cuts, all the way down to the optics, the holes that they cut, and then those finalized adjustment knobs for that human to machine interface so that everything can work smoothly. I think that's gonna be it, I'll have merch in my Brownells affiliate code down in the description. If you guys want, let me know in the comments, do you want me to see how far you can go? You know, like I could probably 3D print an even worse offset. We could try this on like different rifles. I don't know. You guys let me know what you want to see. Per the usual, all we have in life is time, and you spent yours watching me do something that I love, and I genuinely appreciate and love you for that. Take care. Tell somebody you love them. Bye.